This is Paul for your friendly review of some of the best coastal roads in the world. In this review, I'm going to compare and contrast the Great Ocean Road in Australia, the road to Hana in Maui, Hawaii, and Highway 1 in California. I had the privilege of getting to drive all three of these amazing roads within a year. Ultimately, I will rank them based on scenery while driving, and then on scenery if you make stops. First up is the Great Ocean Road on the south coast of Australia. I traveled from Melbourne and went past Lorne. The sights were absolutely beautiful. You can see the waves crashing on the coastline, which varies from sandy to rocky. It is best traveling from east to west so that you're driving on the same side as the coastline. This will make it a little bit easier to get into those different pull-off areas that you can stop and look around. The view of the coast varies as you drive along. There are some portions where there's too much vegetation in the way to see the coastline until you can find one of the pull-offs. Other areas are completely open. The roads are well maintained, but they do get tight at some points. It adds a little extra challenge if you're used to driving on the other side of the road. Some of my favorite parts of the journey were hiking the trails on the other side of the road from the coastline. In general, the stops were marked pretty well, so you wouldn't miss them. They were beautiful and full of vegetation. There were a lot of waterfalls, and they were just gorgeous to look at. Next is the road to Hana, which is located on the north coast of Maui, Hawaii. We traveled past Hana to the 7 sacred pools and then made a return trip. The vegetation is about as lush as you can find it. It is so lush that it's hard to see the coastline while driving. The road is well maintained until you get to Hana, and then it goes from tight to extremely tight and bumpy. Most of the car rental agreements will not allow you to drive past the 7 sacred pools around the backside of Mount Haleakala, so you'll have to make the return trip the way you came. The road is famous for the crazy number of turns that it has. Be prepared if you get carsick. Finding the pull-offs while trying to concentrate on driving can be difficult. It is helpful to download a GPS-based app before taking the drive. We used Gypsy Guide and liked it. The app would give an explanation and provide a warning before a stop would come up. Also, do your research ahead of time, because there's not enough time to see everything and make it back in one day. The stops are amazing. There are amazing waterfalls all along the way. There's also a wide variety of vegetation that seems unreal. Unfortunately, if you just drive the road and don't do the stops, you'll miss all of it. Last is Highway 1 along the Pacific Coast in California. I traveled from Monterey to Big Sur and back. The view of the coastline is wide open almost the entire way until you get near Big Sur. It is best to travel from north to south so that you're on the same side of the coastline for all the pull-offs. There are pull-offs spread throughout the entire drive that are easy to find as well as easy to get in and out of. The roads are well maintained and not too hard to drive. There are a few parts that get a little tighter, but nothing too bad. It is very hard not to stop at every single pull-off and take pictures. The Bixby Creek Bridge is definitely one of the highlights that you won't want to miss. The mixture of architecture and natural scenery is just beautiful. There are not many places to stop along the way if you want to do extra activities, except near Monterey and Big Sur. As you approach Big Sur, you'll notice that the vegetation will start to block your views. It is extremely hard to rank the three of them since they are all so beautiful. As far as scenery while driving, I give the top ranking to Highway 1. Since there are amazing open coastal views nearly the entire drive. In a close second is the Great Ocean Road. It only comes in second because the vegetation that blocks the view occasionally while driving. While looking back at the pictures of the coastline, it can be hard for people to tell the difference between Highway 1 and the Great Ocean Road. In third place is the road to Hana. Don't get me wrong, it is beautiful, but the coastline is often blocked along the way, and it's often very difficult to see the scenery while driving at the same time. Now, as far as scenery while making stops, I give the top ranking to the road to Hana. The vegetation is amazing. The beaches are amazing. The waterfalls are amazing. In second place is the Great Ocean Road. The trails and the waterfalls are beautiful, and it also has great vegetation, but it comes in second compared to the vast vegetation along the road to Hana. In third place is Highway 1. There's just really not that many places to stop along the way. In the end, if I awarded points to the two different categories, it would end up in a 3-way tie. If you're looking for a beautiful drive, choose Highway 1. If you're looking for an adventure, choose the road to Hana. And if you're looking for a little of both, choose the Great Ocean Road. You really can't go wrong with any of them, and I'd recommend seeing all of them if you're lucky enough. This has been Paul with your friendly review of some of the best coastlines in the world. Please be sure to like this video and subscribe if you enjoyed it.